movies would have you believe that the courtroom is a dramatic place filled with nail-biting tension. Well, if that's the case, then how do you explain the chicken called as a witness to play tic-tac-toe?
Or the couple fighting over custody of a roulette wheel. The lighter side of the law can be found in the pages of this book, The Fuzzy Pink Bathrobe and Other Tales of the Law. It's pretty cool. And we have its author, J.D. Mortmain, and he's going to join us now. 58 years, J.D., of crazy courtroom stories. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What made you write this book, my man?
Say again?
What made you write this book?
Oh, I was practicing law for over 55 years, and during that practice, I represented a lot of people that didn't have really money to hire an expensive lawyer, so I got involved in some crazy, crazy stuff. And this developed a lot of stories, which I share with the readers.
Well, we appreciate you sharing. And I'd like to know this title, The Fuzzy Pink Bathrobe. Where did that come from?
That was a client that came to me, and he had written a check for a Boston whaler, which is an expensive boat, and the check had bounced. And he got home, he made the appointment, and he got home to find out what was going on. His wife had disappeared. He started going through records and found that his house has been foreclosed, and he didn't know about it. The sheriff had served him by leaving a copy with his wife, who failed to turn it over to him. He had 2 days to redeem the mortgage, the means to pay off the amount that was found to be owing. And I got to thinking that you could do this in a divorce if you had the skill and a lack of integrity to do it. And so that fuzzy pink bathrobe, in the story, the husband hires a stand-in to accept service. She's wearing a fuzzy pink bathrobe. She's got rubber gloves on, so she won't leave any fingerprints. And the sheriff asks her if she's the person, the Mrs. Doe, and she says yes, hands her the papers, and then service is complete. And then the story goes on from there, which is pretty interesting how he did it and how Mortmain was able to discover the untruthfulness of the scheme.
Well, you know, it's talking about interesting stories. There is a story that's called The Perfect Honeymoon. Give us a brief synopsis on that one.
Okay. The law says that when you file your taxes, your status on the last day of the year determines whether you're married or divorced. This couple decided that if they got a divorce every year on December 30th and then remarried on January 1st, they could file 2 tax returns. One could get the itemized deductions, and the other would get the standard deduction.
Oh, no.
And that would save about $5,000–6,000 for the couple.
Romantic.
And they would use that to finance a trip down to Mexico to get a quickie divorce and then get married. And they had this wonderful $6,000 or $7,000 of spending money for the honeymoon. Except what happened is the husband came back and wife said, well, let's get married. He says, no, I've decided not to.
What? What?
Oh, no. I wasn't prepared. Well, your book, The Fuzzy Pink Bathrobe and Other Tales of the Law, J.D. Mortmain, thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, my pleasure.
Well,